Hi YouTube, it's Lena, and I'm here today with the Secret Loves limited edition or discontinued tag. This was created by Elle. Her and Love Heather Et did the first ones, and Elle tagged me to do it. I love it when I actually do get tagged to do things, which is kind of rare. But I was really excited, so here I am filming it. So the first question is, favorite limited or discontinued products? There are so many. Let's see. My favorite discontinued item, this pains me to say it, is the Urban Decay electric palette. I'm sure you guys have seen this before. I hit pan in one shade over here. I hit pan in Freak over here. And I would love to, I tried to hit pan in Gonzo, but I didn't do it in enough time for the project, but I did put a nice little dent in it. So I love this palette. I hope Urban Decay comes out with a version 2 or something like that. I can't believe they discontinued this because this is an amazing, amazing palette. Favorite limited edition item? I will have to insert a picture of it, but there was a e.l.f. bronzer that came out at Walgreens for the Little Mermaid collection that they did like 3 years ago. A friend of mine bought it for me in a swap and I loved it, and I had several opportunities to buy a backup and I never did because I was like, I have so many bronzers, I don't need a backup. I freaking missed that bronzer. That bronzer was amazing for fair skin tones, so I really missed that sucker. So next question is least favorite limited edition or discontinued product. I will have to insert a picture because I don't have it anymore, but it is the Vice 4 by Urban Decay. It is the thing I regretted most about buying. I literally bought it for the packaging because the packaging was like this cool, multicolored, like shattered glass looking motif, and I loved the packaging. But the colors didn't really inspire me, so that was a mistake, but I threw it in this makeup swap box, which should be coming back relatively soon. I think it has one more person to go through and then it comes back to me, the makeup swap box that I just did. So it went to a good home, and that's what's really important. Let's see. Number 3, collection that got away. This pained me that it got away, but it sold out before I could get to it. It was the Rocky Horror Picture Show collection from MAC. Rocky Horror Picture Show holds a special place in my heart. Where I went to high school, we actually used to do showings of it where we dressed up and everything, and we're, you know, weird children, I guess. Where we actually like got up and did the time warp and everything like that. So when I saw that MAC was coming out with that collection, I really wanted it. But as soon as I got online, it sold out. So I didn't get anything from it. If I ever catch somebody doing a blog sale or something like that where they have one of the things, I'm gonna jump on it. It's honestly one of the reasons why I watch declutters, is because just in case somebody declutters it and I can see if they'll let me buy it from them. I also just like declutters in general, but that's always something running in the back of my mind is, can I get that? Oh, favorite limited edition product as well, the Kat Von D Mi Vida Loca palette that I have. I don't have it over here, I just thought of it. Kind of wish I'd brought it over, but I'll insert a picture. You guys know what it looks like. All right. Next, number 4, what item or collection do you wish was permanent? These two also qualify as a favorite, but I know some people that missed out on it that really wanted it. It was the NARS Christopher Kane collection that came out 2 years ago, I want to say. You had the single eyeshadow in Outer Limits. This beautiful kind of peachy iridescent color. Let me do a swatch of it. It is kind of glitter Fallout City, but honestly it's worth it for the color. And you know, you can get rid of a lot of that just by using like some MAC Fix Plus or something with it. And I have the Duo in Parallel Universe, and I've hit pan on one of the shades. It was part of a project, but as you can see, I have pan on the purple shade. But I just love these like super glittery shades, and you can build them up, especially like over bases or whatnot. So they are beautiful. I'm so glad I got them. They also have this really beautiful bright pink blush. I wish they would bring these back and make them permanent. These colors, especially in the eyeshadows, because they are gorgeous. Number 5, what do you think about items labeled limited edition that come back? Well, that depends. So if it's not something so hyper promoted, like this is the only time it's going to be here, you need to snap it up before it sells out, or you're never going to see it again, and then they bring it back, that's kind of annoying. I kind of hate it when companies do that, because it makes you feel really stupid for rushing to buy it the first time, or at least it would me. But if they don't promote it that way, if they just like, hey, we had a lot of demand for this, so we decided to make another batch, that's fine. It's all in the way you market it and promote it, in my opinion. And that kind of qualifies for number 6 as well. What do you think about brands reusing shades? So I know a year or two, about probably 1 or 2 years ago, Urban Decay did a particular Vice palette where they re-promoted a bunch of discontinued shades, and they said these are discontinued shades that we're bringing back for this. They didn't rename them and pretend they were new. Too Faced, I'm looking at you. That kind of crap annoys the heck out of me. But if they're literally saying, you know, hey, we're re-promoting some old shades, that we're putting them all in this palette together, and we're selling it, that's fine. I don't mind that when they re-promote old shades or bring them back in a couple of different palettes. That I don't really mind. You know, you want your limited edition stuff to be all new colors, but if they come right out and say, hey, you know, we're re-promoting a couple of old shades and we're throwing in some new ones as well, or we're making a whole palette of old shades that we no longer produce, that's fine. It's just when you rename it as different stuff because you think the theme is cute, but it's all the same shades that you put out a million times before, that's where I have a problem. Number 7, what do you think of holiday collections? For the most part, I've gotten to the point where I don't care for them. And I've mentioned this in other videos before recently, especially like some anti-hauls that I've done, which I might have another one coming out soon. I'm trying to decide if I want to do it or not. But they're not as good quality most of the time as the permanent line. Like Too Faced is really bad about this. Tarte can be really bad about this. Even Urban Decay in the past like year or two has been kind of bad about this, where they'll put out a bunch of stuff and hype it really hard for 3 or 4 months beforehand so that you get really excited about it, and then when you go out and you buy it, it's not the same quality as what you would buy from the permanent line. If it's one thing like the Kat Von D Mi Vida Loca, where the quality was still amazing and it didn't sell out in like 5 minutes, it was around for about a month or so if I remember correctly. I know I got one of the last ones because I bought it during the VIB sale. Or at least I got one of the last ones before it sold out on the website. But like I said, it's still like really high quality. I've never really heard too many people have complaints about it. Like every once in a while I remember a couple of people not really liking it, but overall people really liked it, and a lot of people that I've seen do this tag so far have said that that was something that they really wish they had gotten. So if it's something like that, that's great. If you're putting out a bunch of random crap because you know people will buy it as gifts and it's not up to par, if it's all about the packaging and not about the product they're in, that's where I have the problem. Number 8, what would be your dream limited edition collection? Mine, if you guys can know me well enough, it would be Avenger or Marvel related. Like, I would love to do like an Avengers style collection or maybe a Marvel villains collection. But I mean, how has that not happened yet for MAC? There's like 2 major movies plus, you know, all the movies in between for all the different characters. The Rock made a palette collection for Pirates of the Caribbean, and I remember a lot of people being confused because they didn't realize there was a new movie coming out, and they were like, wasn't this from a movie from like 15 years ago? Yes. So if they can make one, not that I'm hating on Pirates of the Caribbean, I love that movie. That's not hate right there. That's more like if Lorac could do one for Pirates of the Caribbean, how has there not been an Avengers collection from somebody yet? I would probably actually do 6 small palettes for every Avenger, or I guess a couple more now. Like, say if you went by the original movie, I would do 6 palettes for 6, like 3 eyeshadow palettes for every Avenger, and maybe another one for Loki. I would definitely do some Black Widow inspired lipsticks, maybe some Hawkeye ones too. Like, there's a couple of people in there where you could definitely do some colored lipsticks from them. Hulk, you could get a purple one to match his pants. You can get a red from Iron Man. You could get a really deep red for Black Widow. You could probably get a different shade of purple for Hawkeye because of his outfit. The two that I'm having trouble coming up with are Thor and Captain America, because it would just possibly be more reds. We could do a gold one for Thor though, like a gold lipstick topper or something like that. There's all kinds of stuff you can do for that. MAC, if nothing else, how has MAC not done that yet? Because they've done a collection for literally everything else at this point. I'm actually kind of surprised there's not even like a DC collection. The only thing I've ever seen was the Wonder Woman collection that Walgreens put out. They have another one out now. I kind of want to buy a bag from it, but I've learned that I don't need to buy the palettes from those Walgreens collections because they're okay, but they're not great. I was buying them for the packaging, and I really don't need to do that because I don't have the room for that kind of nonsense. But yeah, that would be my dream limited edition collection. I'm sure I could come up with more stuff for each one of them. I just literally wrote down, because I wrote down the questions, Marvel villains or Avengers, and then right under it, come on, they made one for the frickin' Pirates of the Caribbean. How has this not happened yet? So that's it. Thank you guys for tuning in. As always, I do really appreciate it, and hopefully I will see you later. Bye!